along with Professor Franz and with I'm going to give you a full orientation with HPE111. I think it's really important that you do come to orientation. Plus, you get 10 points for being here today. And sometimes those points are really, really important when it comes down to the end. So if you've not checked in, just coming in, make sure you come up front here and check in, please, with us if you've not done so. I do want to make a little change here before we do get started. I want to make sure that the section numbers are a little different on the yellow sheet that you got. On the yellow sheet, make sure that you make a change on the numbers because the numbers are incorrect as far as your section numbers. Okay, for Professor Pugh, you can write this in. Only Professor Pugh, the section number is 098890. Okay, this is Professor Pugh only. Professor Kalinowski, this section number is 098891. And Professor Franz, her section number is 098892. Okay, so we can get that corrected right from the start. Okay, make sure you check in here. This is the check in here, and you got 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Okay. What's that again? Can you repeat the numbers? Repeat the numbers. Professor Pugh, 098890. Professor Kalinowski, 098891. And Professor Franz, 098892. Okay? Yes. Well, this is Professor Kalinowski. Raise your hand. This is Professor Pugh, and this is Professor Franz. Okay? All right, so welcome to HPE111. We're going to get started here very shortly, and hopefully we can answer all your questions. And that you'll leave here today feeling pretty good about the 111 class. Again, Professor Kalinowski is going to be doing most of the talking here today. We'll have information up on the board, and we don't want you to leave here today with questions that you might have. Remember, the only questions that are silly are the ones that you don't ask. So don't be afraid to ask your questions. Okay. Anything you'd like to add along the way? Okay, now, for my section, I need you to make sure you turn in these information forms to me only. For Professor Franz and Professor Kalinowski, you do not have to fill out the information forms, only for Professor. Keep that in mind. For me, we did check you in. Make sure you checked in. That will give you that 10 points that we were just talking about.
All right. All good?
Okay.
All right, welcome everybody. This is your orientation for HPE111, and the importance for you being here is because this may be the only time that some of you see your instructor. This is a telecourse, not an online course. Okay, this is a telecourse, which means that you need to have good time management skills because you're not going to have an instructor telling you, you have a test tomorrow. You need to read this assignment. You need to watch this video. Okay? You don't have any of that with a telecourse. If you do have any difficulties with the course, by all means, make sure you do see us. Okay? You can contact Professor Franz or myself via email. Professor Pugh likes email or phone. He has a preference for telephone. Okay? It's very important that you do not fall behind. The statistics that we've accumulated over time have shown that those students that do fall behind, that don't meet their deadlines, are those that fail this class. Okay? And that's why I kind of get that out in front. If you know you need somebody to stay on top of you, you should probably drop this class and then add HPE110. Okay, HPE110 will require you to be on campus. There's a 10-week section in the evening that has not started yet. Doesn't start till the end of February. So that would be a better alternative for you. Okay, and we say that not to scare you or to belittle you, but because we're here for your success, and we want to see you succeed. So we have two different options for you with regard to your PE requirement. Okay? Anybody want to leave yet? No, too much pride, too scared? All right, that's okay. With this course, many of you signed up thinking, why do I have to take gym in college, or why do I have to take health in college, right? Who said that? Yeah, the rest of you were thinking it. I know it. Okay? But the reason why we have you take this course is because the topics that will be addressed through this course are things that you're going to be able to use immediately. If not, maybe someone that you care about can use it, or down the road. You're going to say, you know what, I remember when that little bald guy was up there telling us we were going to use this, and guess what, I can use it. All right? The information was relevant. It was something that was valuable to me. Okay? And some of the topics that you see up here on the screen are what would be discussed. Dimensions of health. All right? There's 5 different dimensions of health, and they all intertwine, and you want to try to keep those at optimal levels most of the time. It's not realistic to have them at optimal levels all the time. We have different experiences. Sometimes we have good days, sometimes we have bad days. So they're going to fluctuate. All right? But you'll learn through this course what they're all about and how you can apply it to your life so you have a better quality of life. Okay? It'll teach you a lot about yourself. The life cycle, heredity and lifestyles, chemical substances, well-being through fitness and nutrition, which is probably what you thought this whole course was about, right? Infectious and chronic diseases, relationships. Relationships I like to talk about a little bit because when you do your course summary for this course, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, most of my students indicate in their course summary how much they learned about their relationships. All right, and this is something that wasn't always true, but more recently, over the last 5 years, it has become true. They've learned a lot about how they conduct themselves, how they are able to establish and maintain relationships. They also look at the quality of their relationships. All right, are they a victim of abuse, whether it's mental or physical abuse, or are they the person that's the abuser? Okay, so I've had that on both sides in some of the course summaries that we've had written by the students, and it's appreciated that you were able to take the information from the course and actually learn about yourself and correct behaviors that might have otherwise led to a much more catastrophic type of future for you. Okay, so that's actually a topic that a lot of students do talk about. And then to a lesser extent, we have healthcare in the global community. Okay. So some of those topics you probably already have near and dear to you, some of them not as important, but in either case, it's a good chance in your future you're going to be affected by most of those topics. Okay, so hopefully we're giving you a good foundation for your future. Now, how do you go about this course? Well, you have to watch some video lessons, and you notice I said video lessons. We'll use video and lessons synonymously. Okay? If you live in Mercer County, on the slide here, and also on your syllabus, I think it's page 1.
Page 1 at the bottom.
You'll see that channel 26 is Comcast for Mercer, and channel 20 is FiOS for Mercer.
Goes up to the top of page 2.
Okay? Your lessons are broadcast, and I believe your blue sheet is your broadcast schedule. If you take a look at your blue sheet. All right. Your lessons are broadcast on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Tuesday, you will have your first lesson of the week. Thursday, you'll have your second lesson of the week. And on Saturday, they're both replayed. Okay? Now, you'll also notice on the slide here that I have Tuesday, Thursday, 8 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. Now, do you think you have to watch it 3 times? You may need to watch it 3 times, but you don't have to. What happens is your first broadcast on Tuesday is at 8 o'clock. That lesson is repeated at 12 o'clock and then again at 6 o'clock. Okay? So it's just to kind of meet your schedules. And if you need to, you can DVR it or whatever you need to do. On Thursday, as I said, that would be your second lesson of the week. The first time you'll be able to watch it is at 8 o'clock, and then again, that gets replayed at 12 and 6. Trying to keep it simple for you. You have to remember Tuesday, Thursday, and you have 3 times that you have an option to watch it. Saturday, as I said, they'll be played back to back. Okay, starting at 8 o'clock.
Takes about 30 minutes.
Now, if you do not live in Mercer County, there are still options for you. Okay, you can buy the video series, and you can do that by purchase in our bookstore, or you can refer to intellicom.org, which is on your syllabus and on the slide here in red. It should cost you about $35 for the whole packet, not each video, for the whole packet. Okay? When you're using Intellicom, be sure that you are in the student store and that what you're looking for is not living with health. That's what we call the course. You want to look for the Human Condition video series. Okay? So Human Condition video series you want to look for, that's how you're going to find it. And make sure you're in the student store. When you go to purchase it, it should only cost you $35. If you're not in the student store, you will be in the institutional store, and it'll cost you like $800, okay? So don't check out if it's $800, all right? $35, you're good. And they usually get them out to you in about 2 to 3 business days, okay? You also have one other option, and that would be to borrow them from our library. And it's a 24-hour lending policy because we don't have a copy for everybody. It is in DVD and VHS format, okay? So you'll get those videos. We'll have several videos on them. Just make sure you bring them back. Be considerate of your classmates. All right. Along with in telecom, something that I didn't bring up, you do have an option to have the videos in streaming format. Just make sure your computer has the capability to handle it. All right. It'd be horrible to have you try to stream the first video on Tuesday and it takes you about 3 weeks to get it to come down. Okay? Make sure your computer can handle it. And it also is a little bit cheaper if you do video streaming. Okay? Any questions on how you're going to watch your videos? Yes? Streaming is in telecom. So, yeah, telecom.org. All right, you can get it through them.
Does it cost anything to stream?
Streaming, there is a fee for it, but it's less than the $35 for the videos. Yes?
Tuesday and Thursday?
No. Tuesday is your first video of the week. Thursday is your second video of the week.
And they're all shown 3 times.
Each day they're showed 3 times.
So every week there's 3 different lessons?
2. Just Tuesday and Thursday. Saturday, both of those Tuesday, Thursday lessons are replayed.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, there's 2 lessons a week. And I'll go over that with you in a little bit too.
So just to be clear, we can either pay for the videos and streaming or we can watch it for free on television?
Right. If you live only if you live in Mercer County. If you're out of Mercer County, you can't watch them on TV. Okay? Very good question. Hey.
Question? Okay.
All right, your textbook. Currently, your textbook packet should be 2 books. Okay, your textbook should have an update sticker in the bottom right-hand corner. All right, if you do have one that says update, your workbook is in the back of that book. The pages in the back of the book that are kind of a purplish color are your workbook pages. Okay, you'll also have a study guide. So a textbook and a study guide. If you bought a book packet and it has 3 books in it, it's okay. It means you have a separate textbook, a separate workbook, and a separate study guide. Okay? At a minimum, you need a textbook and a workbook. All right? And I'll talk to you about that in a little bit. The edition that we're still currently using is the 5th edition. All right, so make sure you're getting the blue ones. And the way this course kind of works, you're going to get 10 points for being here today as long as you have checked in with your instructor. There's a few of you in here that we recognize and know, but the majority of you are new to us. All right, so we may not have you checked off for your 10 points. And 10 points doesn't sound like much, but it can be the difference between an A and an A minus, or a B and a B plus, or an F and a D. Okay, so being here today and taking care of your business is going to be very important. Your tests. You have 4 tests. All right, you're going to take those in the testing center, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Each test is going to be 50 questions, 50 points. Your final is an accumulative final. All right, it's 100 questions. Then you have some written assignments. You have 16 written assignments. Sounds like a lot, I know. You have 10 self-assessments from the workbook. You have 5 changing health habits from the workbook or from the back of your updated textbook. And then you also have a course summary that I alluded to earlier, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. Okay? Now your self-assessments, these are very easy assignments. They are self-assessments. It's like taking a quiz about yourself online or possibly taking a quiz from a magazine. Okay? You can choose the 10 that mean the most to you. You can choose 10 that are the shortest. You can choose the first 10 that you see. It doesn't matter. Just get 10 finished. In certain chapters, you'll see that there's more than one self-assessment. So if, hypothetically, Chapter 1 in the workbook has 2 self-assessments. If you do both of those, it counts as 2. All right, it's 1 chapter, but you did both, so it does count as 2. You have to do a total of 10 self-assessments, okay? I would highly recommend that you take time, possibly this weekend, and try to get those finished, okay? It shouldn't take you really more than maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to get them all done, all 10, okay? And that's being a slow reader like myself, okay? You're changing health habits. I want you to look at page 3 on your syllabus. You're changing health habits assignments. You're going to choose 5 of the 16 changing health habits assignments. And if we look down to about the 3rd line under changing health habits, it's kind of in the middle of the page, it says complete the entire deciding to change section and items 1 through 4 in the implementing the change section. You do not need to complete items 5 and 6 in the implementing change section. Okay? These are behavior change assignments. If you feel as though this is a behavior that you need to change and you are motivated right now to change it, by all means, do items 5 and 6. You don't need to do it for the class, but it is a way to monitor your progress and help you towards that behavior change to make you better. And again, that's what we're trying to do, is help you become better. All right? But remember, 5 and 6 in the implementing change section does not have to be done for this course. All right? Also, below that, you have your course summary. Okay? There are essentially 8 items that we would like to get feedback from you about. And again, it's a feedback paper. It's not a research paper. Letters A through H under course summary tells you exactly what we're looking for. And there's no particular format that you need to follow. Each one of those letters can be a paragraph. And notice I said a paragraph, because when you give feedback, you're giving a discussion. If you just give us a sentence, that's a statement. All right, and this is college class, so we want to get more information from you. All right. With that being said, besides some of the information I told you about relationships, another common feedback item that we get is that the videos seem outdated. Now, the video material is still very relevant, but the videos, I'll agree, and I know my colleagues will agree, do look dated. And we have been trying to improve those. The company that creates the Human Condition series does a really good job with the textbook, but they don't do such a good job with the videos. So in either case, what's on the videos is not only relevant for your life, but also relevant to your test. So kind of persevere with it. Maybe don't look at their outfits and some of the terminology that they use. Okay? Any questions on your assignments? Yes? Very good. That's where I was about to go next. The question was, when you're finished with your assignments, what do you do with them? All right? First of all, you're not going to hand them in individually as you get them done. You're going to hand them in all together. So when you're finished, all 10 of your self-assessments, when you're finished, all 5 of your changing health habits, and your course summary, that's when you're going to hand them in. Okay? It may be at the end of the semester, yeah. When you can't do a course summary on the course till you're close to finishing it. So yeah, we'll be closer to the end. And we'll talk about your deadlines in a little bit. All right? But yeah, you're going to be sending them in or handing them in to MS-128 for either of us. Okay? You'll use Professor Franz's Dropbox, Professor Pugh's Dropbox, and my Dropbox, only if you are in our sections. Okay? Don't hand mine in to Professor Pugh, because that causes a lot of problems down the road. And we have a very short window to get your grades in. If we're trying to find your assignments because they're in the wrong place, your grades might not get in time. Okay? So make sure that they get put in your professor's box. If you're handing them in after business hours, there is a Dropbox that you can use. Drop it in there and it'll be put into the appropriate box. If you would prefer to mail it in, you can mail it to your professor. Okay? And that's also in your syllabus. I have a slide for it as well. But you're going to send it to your professor's name, P.O. Box B, Trenton, New Jersey, 08690. It's at the top of page 4. Okay? So it can be mailed in. Now, keep in mind, it has to be postmarked by the deadline. All right? Otherwise, it's late and there's a chance that we may not get it. All right, so assignments, you hand them all in at the same time. MS-128, or mail them. Okay? I had previously indicated that you're going to be taking 4 tests and a final, and that you have to take them in a testing center. The testing center hours are on the slide here, but they're also on the school's main webpage, so you can access that at any time. Right now, Professor Franz and my tests are only available at West Windsor. All right, at least as of last night, they still were only at West Windsor. Professor Pugh's will be available at both campuses. Make note the days that they're closed. Make note of the closing times. If you know you need an hour to finish a test, and the closing time is 9 o'clock at JKC, don't show up at 8:30. Because at 9 o'clock, the lights are out, the plugs are pulled, and your test is being taken from you, whether you're finished or not. In addition, when we talk about deadlines, remember, we do stagger the deadlines. However, there are over 80 people in each one of our sections. So if you plan on taking it on the last day and it's a first come, first serve type situation, think about it. There's only so many minutes or hours in a day. So if we have 80 people there on the deadline waiting to take a test, there's a chance you might not get to take your test. So plan appropriately. Okay? Professor Franz is going to talk to you about the online computerized tests. And then we'll continue.
As Professor Kalinowski alluded to before, if you need to, or if you're in either my section or his section, you need to go to the West Windsor campus to take your test. The reason being is because you're taking a computerized test. Professor Pugh's class is taking a paper test. Okay, same questions. Okay, it's just ours are on the computer, his is paper test. Okay. So for computerized testing, I'm going to refer to now. People in our classes only have the sheet. So Professor Pugh's class, just sit tight. This is just referring to the sheet about computerized testing. I'm going to pick up at number 3. Okay, what you're going to need to do when you go to the testing center is you're going to have some information with you. And that is how to log in. You can practice your login at home. Okay, because I'm just going to the Angel Learning Management System for Mercer County College. So you can go to our website. Under Current Students, Mercer Online. Or you can select the little Viking at the bottom. It'll take you to the Mercer Online sign-in page. You go to Login Now. Your username is your last name and the last 4 digits of your student ID. Even if you have a hyphenated last name, it's your full last name, the last 4 digits of your student ID, no spaces. Your password is your 7-digit home telephone number, the one that the college has. So it's your 7-digit home phone number, no area code. Question? Most likely.
Yeah.
Check it. Try it. If it doesn't work, then we need to contact the Mercer Online and find out what they have in the system. Sure.
You can also contact Mercer Online and let them know you're having difficulty logging in. They can help you. But if you gave the school your cell number as your contact, that's probably what they're going to be using.
Hopefully this color didn't drop. Okay. Once you log in, the courses, the online courses that you are registered for is listed under courses. You're going to select that. You're going to go to Lessons and take Test 1. It is not coming up because you're not in the testing center. Okay. So for those that thought that they were going to be able to take the test at home with their books, sorry. Okay. You need to come to the testing center to take the test. Okay. But I did want to show you some other valuable pieces of information on the course homepage. You see here's a link where you can also get a digital version of the textbook. Okay. And the other thing that's valuable is over on the right-hand side about this section, a copy of the syllabus, instructions of computerized testing, the schedule, deadlines, and also, again, the link to the digital version of the textbook. Okay, so if you lose the papers that you obtained today, there's another copy right there. And again, you can access this from anywhere you have internet access.
Question.
Yes?
I have the workbook, but I lost my textbook, so can I just use that?
Sure.
rather than buying
Well, you'd still have to pay for that. It's just a lot cheaper than buying a new textbook, a new hard copy book. Yeah?
The textbook, does that come with the workbook in it? Or you
Yes. The updated version of the textbook that we showed you earlier, if it has the update first, down in the bottom corner here,
Yes, but I'm saying when you buy it, when you buy the digital copy.
yes, it is the same.
All right, because here it says like photocopied answers will not be accepted. Is that an exception for when you buy it online?
So what we're saying is the written part has to be authentic. Okay, you can photocopy the sheet itself, but the writing must be authentic.
Question. Go ahead.
If we're looking to avoid spending as much money as possible, is there any of these that we can do the course without?
Without what?
Any of like the books? Do the course without?
I guarantee if you try to do this course without a textbook, you will not
Be
pass.
back with us next semester.
The study guide is probably the one that you need the least, but you do need it at the end of the semester. When I talk about the difference between reading assignments and lessons, I'll point out exactly why. So as long as you have access to it, it's probably a good idea.
Question in the back.
the study guide comes with the, or you can buy right here online.
This packet.
Work for much.
The digital one, I'm not sure if the study guide comes with that.
And what the price of that is about.
The digital one, $50.95 as of right now, as of last night.
Yes, question.
When you buy the updated thing, does that come with all three?
Yeah, you get, yeah.
When you buy it as a packet, yeah.
It has to be a package. The study guide is separate.
So if you buy the updated thing, that doesn't come with the
Doesn't
study guide,
have,
doesn't.
no.
No.
But all three things are at the bookstore?
If you buy it from the bookstore, it'll come as a packet.
Come in a packet, they'll all be together, all three.
If you, if you buy it from the publisher, you may have to buy each one individually. But our bookstore does have all three, all two together.
Question.
Is this available for this class as well?
No,
We're working on it.
we're working.
Well, I meant the online book.
Oh yeah, you can
want
still
the
purchase it.
book? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Copy that link down.
Yeah.
I just received the instructions for the bookstore. I didn't get the study guide.
But did you get the book with the
Yeah, the
first and the front, it's in the back of the book?
It's just with the textbook, the workbook, the study guide.
Study guide's in the main textbook, in the back of it. Okay? Correct? Am I correct?
No, I don't.
No, the workbook's in the back.
The workbook is in the back.
The study guide's a separate
You have
book,
the books with you?
No, but I have one home. It's
Right,
Yeah.
it should be 2 books.
just like that.
Not 3 books?
No, because the workbook is, if it says update, your workbook is in the textbook.
But if it's not updated, then it's
Then you need 3 books.
Yeah.
a separate thing.
Yes.
Question.
I have to know last semester all the books and videos the same position, or
Yes,
yeah, so I can
you're fine.
possibly use those.
As long as there's still worksheets available for you.
Can we use the book in the library?
We have one in there?
I didn't know we had one in them. There is one, but I don't think there's one of these, I think the 110 book is there. I don't think the HPE111. But if it is there, yes, you can use it to Xerox some of the information. Absolutely, you can.
The HPE110 and the 111 books are different.
Yes.
Two different courses. Question.
Is
It's a good question, yes. Your study guide has sample tests, and also the publisher's webpage has sample tests. Now the questions aren't exactly the same as what we're going to ask you, but it can help you focus on the material that will be asked. Okay.
I just wanted you to take note to one other thing that's available to you here, course tools, your grades. Okay, once you take a computerized test, the grade is automatically put into the grade book. You can go home and you'll see your grades right there. Okay. Another beneficial thing to the computerized test is once you are done with the test, now you have 3 hours to take the test. Okay, you're not going to need 3 hours to take the test, especially to study. Okay. We have to put a deadline on the test because if it doesn't have a deadline, it just kind of sits into limbo unless somebody hits a submit button. Okay, so by having the deadline, it kind of grabs it, puts it into the grade book. Okay. Once that's submitted, you will get a review of the test. Okay. While you cannot take notes, it will be advantageous to take a look at the ones that you got incorrect. And there'll be a red check mark next to the ones that you got wrong. It will also indicate the correct answer. Okay. You might see those questions again on the final. So take a look at the correct answer and keep that in your mind. Okay.
For me, for Professor Pugh, if you want to review your exam, just call or email instead of time to come in and go over the test, get a chance to see the ones that you got wrong and get the correct answers for those. So you have to bring this tab and get the test. So just keep that in mind. Also, again, I think Professor was talking about deadlines, but just to very quickly, you can take your exams. For me, it has to be on the deadline or any time before. So if you decide you want to take all 5 tests tomorrow, you're able to do that, as long as it is before the deadline. If you miss the deadline, you're going to have to call and come in to get an extension, because they will not let you take the exam after the deadline, for me. Just for your info. Yes?
So in order to get your grades, we need to email you.
Email me, but basically you're going to need to come in so you can go over the test. You'll get your grade. When you leave the testing center, you'll know what your grade is. But if you want to see what you got wrong and what the correct answers are, then you'll have to set up an appointment and come in and we'll go over the test with you.
Do you have a question, bud?
So basically, we're going to take this whole class in 2 weeks and be done with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
All right.
Just be careful. Don't too fast. Okay? A lot of reading. A lot of reading.
If you would, take a look at the last page of your syllabus. And as I had alluded to earlier, I'm going to decipher the difference between chapters and lessons and videos. If you remember in the beginning, I had said that we use lessons and videos interchangeably. They're the same thing. Okay? Chapters are something slightly different. So when you look at that last page, it says units of study. Okay? And you have 3 columns. The first column tells you the lesson number or video number. The middle column will give you the topic that's going to be addressed. And then the far right-hand column will tell you what the corresponding reading assignment is, if there is a reading assignment. Okay? So quickly, I want to look at the 6 videos or lessons that you're going to be responsible for your first test. Lesson number 1, the topic is the fabric of health. The reading assignment for that is Chapter 1. So Chapter 1 means lesson or video 1 in this case. Lesson number 2, in human terms, what's the reading assignment? Video only. So you don't have a reading assignment. So video 2 or lesson 2 does not equal chapter 2. All right? If we look down a little further, video number 3, state of mind, is chapter 2. Video number 4, lives in balance, is chapter 3. Video 5 is chapter 4. Video 6 is chapter 6. After 6 lessons or 6 videos, you're going to have a test. In the first 6, what chapter do you not have to read?
5.
Chapter 5. Very good. Okay? This is going to make your life a lot easier if you follow it. In addition, there are certain situations where we have grouped certain pages for you to read. Instead of reading entire chapters, we indicate that there are certain pages that you're responsible for. In addition, as I had explained for your classmate with regard to the study guide, if you look at the bottom, where we have video 25 and 26, or lesson 25 and 26, the reading assignment there comes from your study guide. Okay? So, in that case, the study guide overviews are going to be very important for you. All right? So kind of keep that in mind. You're watching lessons / videos, and then you have reading assignments that are going to correspond. Make sure you know what you're reading so you're not reading unnecessary information or more information than you need to read. Okay? Question in the back. Uh-huh. The videos you can buy from Intellicom, or you can buy them from our bookstore. You can get the videos from Intellicom too. You can get them in streaming format or DVD. Okay? There's a fee also for that, yeah. The videos in DVD format, the whole packet is $35, and then I forget what the cost is for streaming, but it is cheaper. Okay?
Are there going to be things that are not chapter?
Yes, absolutely.
Other questions? Any other questions? Yes.
How do we know what's the important part?
You can look at your study guide focus points. You can look at some of the vocabulary that can be found in there. It's actually a good idea to look at some of the vocabulary because some of the information may go into more detail than you've been exposed to. So it'll be a good idea to understand what they're talking about in the videos. But yeah, your study guide can be very helpful with regard to overviews and focus points that they discuss. Okay? And just to kind of put your mind at ease, or maybe not, we don't take a certain percentage of questions from video versus text. It's, you know, we kind of scramble them, and it could be 50-50, it could be 60-40. Both of them you're going to need to have reviewed. Okay? Yes? There are, what? Yeah, with regard to the levels of questions, your classmate's asking about the different levels of questioning. What happens is that we have certain questions that are harder than other questions. Some of them are very easy, you'll know them right away, maybe without even studying anything. But then we have questions that, at the opposite extreme, are going to cause you to do a lot of thought. It's not going to be something that maybe you read, but you had to decipher. All right, so there could be like a hypothetical type situation that you have to kind of formulate and come up with the correct answer. Okay, so they'll vary in their amount of challenge that they're going to give you. Okay, some will be very easy, some are going to be more challenging. I can tell you that there's not as many of the very challenging as there are on the ones that are less difficult. Okay. Now, as Professor Pugh pointed out earlier, we do have deadlines, and you can hand in your assignments and take your tests on the deadline or any time before. And your classmate also brought up the fact that, so we can get this class done in 2 weeks? Yes, you can get this class finished as quickly as you want. Just remember that when you take your test, you only get one chance to take that test. Okay, so if you take test 1 Friday, you didn't do so well, you can't take it again to try to do better on it. All right, you get one shot. Now, as I said, we have staggered deadlines, and this is on your yellow sheet that came with the rest of the information. You'll notice that on February 18th, Professor Pugh's class will be taking test number 1. My class is in the middle. You guys have a deadline of February 20th, and Professor Franz's class has the 21st. So you guys got lucky. You get to take them last. All right? Yeah, right? But, yeah, she wrote the schedule, so we had to give her that. But in either case, just notice that there is a staggering of the deadlines. And like I said, remember, if you plan on taking it on the last day, just consider that there may be a lot of other procrastinators with you, and you may not get a chance to take that test. Okay? Good question. Look at where it says test number 4 on that yellow page. See where it says written assignments? All right. That's the last day you can hand in those assignments. Okay? Right. Right. For Professor Pugh, the deadline for test 4 is the same days when all your assignments are due, and that is May 5th. For myself, it's May 7th, test 4 deadline and all your assignments. And for Professor Fran, or the lucky ones, you guys get it on May 8th. Okay? It's a very good question. All right? So that gives us a little bit of time to grade everything. Then you'll take your final. We can get all your grades put together and make sure they're in by the grade deadline, which is May 20th. And that's for everybody. We don't get a staggering there. We just have to get it done. Okay, so Professor Franz has to work a little harder, a little faster at the end. Okay? Somebody have a question over here? So that's a good question. We don't send a confirmation. Like I said, we have over 80 people in each one of our sections. Plus, we have about 500 other students that we take care of throughout the semester. What will happen is when you get your grade, that'll be an easy way to find out if we got your packet or not. For my students, generally, if you've taken all the tests and you've done pretty decently and I see that your packet's missing, I'll submit an I. All right, now I don't want that public information, but I guess it's going to be because we're being videoed. You'll get it incomplete, and I'll give you a period of time to get those assignments into me, or give me a chance to try to find out why didn't I get it. You know, is it in Professor Pugh's presence or Professor Franz? Where did it go? Another way for you to find out is you can contact your professor, ask them if they've received it. Okay. Follow up with us, as I had indicated earlier. Email for myself and Professor Franz, and telephone for Professor Pugh. It's always a good practice. It's always a good practice to make sure that people got assignments that you had handed in, especially for your professional life. It's actually a really good idea to have it stamped when you hand it in. The date and time and the signature of the person who took it from you and submitted it. All right, so that'd probably be a real good practice for you to use. All right.
Careful with when you turn in your packet, some students don't read the instructions. They send out 28, they bring it over, they slide it in our door. The janitorial service will just take it and throw it away at night because they think it's trash. So you got to follow instructions. You can't be, you know, you got to be real cautious with turning in your packet. Don't be casual. Okay, but it's very, very important that you do follow instructions.
In most cases, too, with regard to your assignments, we've given ourselves enough time to grade your assignments before the deadline, so we'll probably contact you to find out where they are if we didn't get them. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. We're not going to leave you hanging. If there is a discrepancy in your grades, however, make sure you contact your professor. Yeah?
If I signed that form,
Another indicator for whether you received your written assignment, at least for myself and Professor Kalinowski, I have the computer on while I'm grading them, so I plug the grades in right away. So you can go, you know, if you hand it in a couple days later, check online under My Grades, refresh that window, and you'll see if there's a grade there or not. If there's not a grade, then maybe I didn't get it, or maybe it went in the wrong box. Okay. That's another way to see whether I received it.
You have a question? No? Okay, yeah. Okay. No, it's okay. I thought you had a question. All right. So let's do a real quick summary. How this all works. You have 26 lessons. What's another name for lessons? Videos. Good. All right. 26 lessons or videos that you're responsible for watching. How can you watch them? TV if you're in Mercer County. Stream them, or DVD. You can purchase them, right? Where can you purchase them? Bookstore. Where else? Right, and telecom, right, the website. What else can you get besides the videos or from the telecom? Digital copy of your textbook. Good. Textbook/workbook. Very good. You have 4 tests. Where do you take your tests? Testing center. What's special about Professor Franz and myself? Glad you didn't say not much. Good. All right. All right. Yes, you get to take your test as a computerized test. Professor Pugh's tests are still going to be a Scantron paper type test. 50 questions each, multiple choice, true and false. Your final is 100 questions. It's a cumulative type final. Same type of format, multiple choice, true and false, because we take questions from all other tests. You have 10 self-assessments. All right. Self-assessments are from your workbook or the back of your updated textbook. You have 5 changing health habits assignments. What don't you do on the changing health habits assignments? Questions 5 and 6. Very good. I'm glad you sat up front because you were paying attention while they were sleeping in the back. All right, so questions 5 and 6 on the implementing change section of your changing health habits you do not need to do unless it's going to help you make a behavior change, which in all intents and purposes we recommend. Course summary. Last thing that you would have to do as a written assignment. When that's completed, what do you do with all your assignments? All right, put them in a folder, submit them, or put them in an envelope and mail them. Where do you submit them? MS-128, right. Or the Dropbox outside of MS-128. Where do you mail them? To your professor, P.O. Box B, Trenton, New Jersey, 08690, right? And that's on the top of, I think, page 4 in your syllabus. Okay? Yes, we don't want you to email us your assignments. We want the hard copy of it. It's a good question. Thank you.
Is the course summary thing, is that the only one that's like an essay?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
5 out of 16 things is like not.
No, I mean, you'll have to do some discussion with it. But yeah, the course summary itself is the only thing that's like an essay or a paper. Okay?
There's no specific paper for the course summary. You just have to write it up.
Nope. Just those A through H, those 8 items.
Type it, we have to handwrite.
The question is, the course summary, does it have to be typed or handwritten? I know for myself, I don't mind either. Just make sure if it's handwritten, I can understand it. Professor Pugh, Professor Franz?
So hieroglyphics, but you can't write it. But most of the students do type it out.
Okay.
Question in the back.
Fine.
Yeah, I just want to start to understand. Is telecom the same place where I'm getting the digital version of the book, or is telecom where
In telecom, when you get into the telecom's website, okay, what you have with the telecom is a student store that you want to refer to, and you're going to look for the human condition video series. They offer the videos in DVD and video streaming format. I don't think they do it in VHS anymore. When you log on to Professor Franz or my class through Mercer Online, there's a link for the digital copy of that textbook. If you would like to get that digital copy, is it through CourseSmart? It's through CourseSmart. Okay. So if you need that link, you can get that from us if you're not in one of our sections. It is about half the price, I think, of a hard copy. Okay. So just as a heads up there, it's a good way to save yourself some money.
Okay, we've got about 3 minutes left here. Go ahead.
How many questions in each test?
50 questions each test, multiple choice, true and false. The final is 100 questions. Okay.
And it's cumulative.
That's a cumulative final. Somebody over here? Questions? No?
Now, you still unclear about any comments or questions we talked about today. We'll be up front here when we finish with our orientation. So hold on, Professor, as you finish up. One more thing.
Last thing. To ensure that you succeed, as I said in the beginning, do not fall behind. Okay? Use the resources that you have, with you from your textbook, with regard to study guides, with regard to practice tests, with regard to vocabulary, all right, overviews, things that can help you focus more. If you're falling behind, if you're having difficulties, whatever it might be, please contact your professor. Okay? We are here to help you succeed. If we don't know you're having a problem, all we see is in black and white. Okay? This person's not doing so well. All right? Is there a problem? Are they procrastinating? Are they not doing what they're supposed to do? We can make a lot of assumptions. But if you contact us and let us know what's going on, we can be very helpful to you. To review your tests, as Professor Franz said, for our sections, Professor Franz and Kalinowski, you can do that immediately after your test. All right? But you can't write anything down. You can make an appointment with us, and we can pull it up. And you can review it again with us if you have any questions. You still can't write anything down. All right, but it's another opportunity for you to review it. Professor Pugh, make an appointment with him, and he'll go over your test, but we need to know what version of the test you took. We have 4 versions of each test. So bring your printout from the testing center with you when you see Professor Pugh. All right, it'll give you your grade. It'll tell you what version of the test and what test you took, 1, 2, 3, or 4. It also will tell you what questions you answered incorrectly. Okay? So it's important for those of you who have Professor Pugh to have that when you go to meet with him. Okay? Most of the students that meet with their instructor to go over the test, especially right before the final, have done very well in the class. Just as a little heads up. Question? Anybody bought the book recently? How much is it? I agree with that, but
I know it's always been too much, but how much each semester goes up?
it's $130? Okay, so wow. Keeps going up, like you said, every semester. All right, so it's $130 for the hard copy, is $51 for the digital copy.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Good luck, everybody.